Welcome everyone. My name is Zeus Becker from Toned Body Fitness. Today we will be practicing a 60-minute restorative yoga class. We will start in our back, laying down on your mat. And before you settle in and land in the pose, find some movements. Rocking the back of your head, wiggling your hips, rocking the heels side to side, and then find some stillness. We'll start with 3 deep breaths in through the nose, sighing it out through the mouth. Taking a deep breath in together. Open mouth, let go of everything you've done so far today. One more time, taking a deep breath in. Open mouth, let go of any expectations yet for the day. Last time, inhale. Open mouth, let it go. And seal your lips and switch your breathing in and out through the nose. Working on an equal ratio between the inhalation and exhalation. If you'd like to count your breath, 4 to 5 second inhale to 4 to 5 second exhale. And feel your body melt to the ground. As you get heavy, work with gravity, feeling earth supporting you from underneath. If you'd like to set an intention for today's class, this would be the perfect moment to do so. And you'll stay here on your own for a few rounds of breath. Last breath here. And gently start bringing some movements into the body. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle your toes. Rocking the back of your head, rolling the wrists and rolling the ankle. And bring bigger movements. Reaching your arms overhead. Feet together, dropping the toes down. Find a full body stretch. As you grab your opposite elbows with opposite palm, start bending the knees, bringing your feet down to the ground as wide as your mat. Slowly start windshield the knees side to side. Nice and control, no rush here, nowhere else to go. Only you and your mat for the next 60 minutes. And then allow the knees to fall all the way to the right. Breathe into the left side of your body. If you would like to take this deeper, you can press your right foot on top of the left knee to ground it down. And we'll stay here for a few rounds of breath, allowing the side ribs to expand, creating some space between them, using your breath. One more breath. And gently release your left knee, bringing your right foot down to the ground. Back to windshield wiper, the knees side to side. Noticing the imbalance between the right side and the left side. And dropping the knees all the way to the left this time. Grounding your right knee with the left foot for a deeper stretch. Breathing into the right side body. Allow the breath to flow freely. And we'll stay here for a few breaths, working with the same breath equal ratio, inhalation and exhalation. Slowly release your right knee, bring your left foot down to the ground. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, rock your low back side to side. And then find stillness. Keep your right knee hugged to your chest. Straight your left leg up to the ceiling. Circle your left ankle back and forth a few times. And find stillness. Slowly lower your left leg all the way down to the ground. Shift your right knee towards your right armpit. Give it a big squeeze. And then start circling the knee down to the belly, up to the heart. And then switch direction. Massaging the ascendant colon. And then find stillness. Hug that knee a little bit closer to the right armpit one more time. And then with your right palm, reach towards the outside edges of your right foot for half happy baby. You can place your left palm on top of the left thigh to ground that hip down. Breathe into the opening of this shape. If you would like to gently rock side to side and explore, see how that feels. Bring your right knee back to your chest and straight your right leg up to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers behind your calf, pulling your right leg towards your face. Maybe you lift your shoulder blades and your head off the ground, feeling an opening in the right hamstring. You can massage the hamstring with the right palm. And then bring your right knee back to your chest, taking a twist to the left side, supine twist. You can scoop your left hip slightly to the right before lowering your right knee all the way to the left. Gaze over your right fingertips or even to the left shoulder. Breathe into the low back and the low belly. Gentle twist. You can add an option, bending the left knee, reaching your right palm towards your left foot. Gently keep pressing your right shoulder down. Stay in here for a few rounds of breath. Let go of your left foot. Roll into your back. Right knee in. Left knee in. Give yourself a squeeze and rock side to side. Let's even it out. Doing the left side. Keeping the left knee hugged to your chest. Reach your right leg up to the ceiling. Right away, start rolling the ankle back and forth. Find stillness and slowly, against gravity, lower your right leg all the way down to the ground. Once your right heel hits the ground, hug your left knee closer to the chest and shift it to the left armpit, this time massaging the descending colon. Taking a few circles with the knee, one direction, and switch. Reverse the direction. And then find stillness. Hug that knee a little bit closer to your chest or the armpit. Reach towards your left foot for that half happy baby. Right palm pressing your right hip down to the ground. And this is where you rock your hips side to side if that feels good. If you did it on one side, definitely do it on the other side if your body allows it. Bring your left knee back to your chest. Straight your left leg up to the ceiling. Grab your calf. Pull your left leg towards your face. If you'd like to lift the shoulder blades and your head off the ground, opening your left hamstring, you can slide that left palm up and down to the back of the left leg. Show yourself some love. Lower yourself back down to the ground. Hug the knee to the chest. Scoop your right hip slightly to the left. Supine twist to the right. Deep belly and low back breaths. And settle into this shape. Gently bend your right knee and grab your right foot with the left palm. Actively pressing your left shoulder down into this yang posture. Slowly release your left foot, roll into your back, left knee in, right knee in. Hug the knees and then straight your legs up to the ceiling. Hands behind your knees. Gently start rocking forward and backward. Start slow, massaging the spine up and down. And eventually you will create enough momentum to lift yourself up into a cross-legged seat. Get comfortable, remove extra flesh from underneath you, adjust your top like me here. Then bring your palms to the knees or inside your legs, whatever feels comfortable. Rolling the shoulders a few times. Inhale, bring your shoulders all the way to the ears. And then roll them back, squeeze the shoulder blades. One more time, inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. And we'll switch the direction. Inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears and then roll them forward. And then find stillness, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Bend your head, bring your left ear to the left shoulder. Breathe in the top right shoulder, roll your neck forward. This time bringing your right ear to the right shoulder. And we will do this a few times. Roll forward with an inhale. Exhale, left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale, roll forward. Right ear to the right shoulder. So go on your own, use your breath. If you'd like to add a full circle with your head, dropping the head back, switching side to side, loosen up the neck, nothing forced, organic movements only. And then lift your head, bring your arms to your side, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Gaze follow your palms. Stretch taller, and then bring the palms together, lower them to the heart. We'll do this one more time. Sweep your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, bring your arms to your side, right palm down, left arm up and over, bending to the right side. Inhale, keep your right palm down, come back to center. As you exhale, bend again to the right. We're gonna find stillness with these movements. One more time, inhale, come up. Exhale, bend to the right. Last time, inhale. Exhale, bend to the right and pause. Options to lower the right elbow down to take it deeper. Just making sure your left hip is rooted down to the ground. Rolling the left shoulder behind you. Breathe from the left fingertips all the way down to the armpit, to the side body, down to the hip. Two more rounds of breath. Inhale, come back to center. Use the core, arms to the side. Plant your left palm down, right arm up and over to the left side. Inhale, come back to center, keeping your left palm down. Exhale, bend to the left. Last time to pause. Inhale, center. Exhale, bending to the left and pause. Options to lower the left elbow down. Root your right hip firmly to the ground. Roll your right shoulder behind you. Allow the breath to move freely alongside your right body. Inhale, come back to center, arms to the side. And then bring your palms behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades and open the heart. Gentle heart opening. And if your neck is healthy, you can drop your head back, opening your throat chakra. Find a breath. Bring your chin to your chest. And then bring your palms forward. Walk them to the top edge of your mat and forward fold. Release your low back. And keeping your chin to your chest, slowly walk your palms towards your legs. Realign your spine. Your head is gonna come up last. And bring your arms overhead. Find a breath. Bring your right palm towards the left ear and gently bend your head towards the right. Find a breath. Reach your left fingertips a little bit higher to the sky. As you exhale, lower your left arm very slowly all the way down alongside your body. Breathe into the top left shoulder, your neck. If you'd like to explore lifting the chin up and down, notice how the sensation of the stretch changes and find that sweet spot that you like and pause there. Coming out of the pose, slide your right palm towards your right ear and then lift your head back to center. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Left palm to the right ear, bending your head towards the left side. Find a breath, reach your right fingertips high. As you exhale, lower your right arm very slowly down to your side. Noticing that this side might feel slightly different than the other. And remember to be gentle with your body. If you would like to play with the chin up and down, finding your spot, you are welcome to do so. Coming out of the shape, slide the left palm to the left ear, lift your head back up. Bring your both arms behind your back. Remember which leg was forward. Start windshield wiper the knees side to side very slowly. Loosen up the hips. And then switch the crossing of your legs. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Bring your arms to your side and twist to the right side. Grab your right knee with the left palm, right palm behind your back. Keep your back straight. Press the crown of the head up to the ceiling with every breath in, and with every exhale, twist from the shoulders, breathing into the low back and the low belly. And keep your left palm on your right knee. Untwist and reach your right arm towards the left knee, crossing the arms. Take a breath As you exhale, round your back and bring your chin towards your chest. Feeling the shoulder blades slide away from each other as you keep pressing your knees down to the ground. You can hold on to whatever you can hold on. One more breath. And then release, reach your arms overhead. Bring your arms to your side, twisting to the other side, the left side. Grab your left knee with the right palm, right arm behind you. Inhale. Reach your crown of the head to the ceiling, straight back. Exhale, twist. Stay here for one more round of breath. Keeping your right palm on your left knee. Untwist, reach your left palm to the right knee. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, round your back, chin to your chest. One more breath. And then release your arms. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. As you exhale, bring your palms forward, back to that forward fold. If you manage to switch the crossing of your legs, you'll feel a stretch on the opposite hip. Taking a breath in from earth. Exhale. Allow whatever doesn't serve you to fall down to the ground. And once again, keeping your chin to your chest. Realign your spine one vertebra at a time. Your head will arrive last. Bring your arms behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades and drop your head back. One more heart opening. Inhale, bring your chin to your chest. Release the crossing of the legs. Step your feet as wide as your mat. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then cross your legs. Bring your palms forward, coming to hands and knees. Find some organic movements here, pressing the top of the feet down very gently to the ground. Maybe rocking the hips forward and backward, passing the knees and passing the wrists. And then find stillness. Hug your core in. And rotate your fingers outwards towards your body and press the palms down to the ground. Stretching the forearm, keeping the core hugged, making sure you're not sinking into the low back. And breathe into the forearm. This is a great stretch for carpal tunnel issues. If this is too intense, you are welcome to do one arm at a time. One more breath. And then release the palms. This time we're going to flip the palms down to the ground. Now this might be a little bit intense on the wrists, so you can again do this one palm at a time and make sure your elbows are bent. Tuck under your toes. Walk your palms towards the upper thigh. Options to sit on the heel. And then roll your wrists back and forth a few times. And then bring the palms together into your heart. I promise we will not stay here for long. Stretching the sole of the feet. Stretching the fascia that's located there. And make sure your pinky is also tucked under. If it's not, just reach behind you and tuck it under with your fingers. One more breath. And then release the palms down to the ground, back to hands and knees. Untuck your toes, press the top of the feet down. Shake it out. And we'll take a few rounds of cats and cows. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, gaze up to the ceiling. As you exhale, push the earth away, bring your chin towards your chest. Once again, drop the belly, open the heart from the upper back. As you exhale, push the earth away, round the back, focusing once again on the upper back. Take off on your own. Allow the movements to follow your breath. Equal ratio once again. If you'd like to add some movements to your cats and cows, like circling the hips over the knees or looking over your shoulders into a C shape, explore and listen to your body. Not listening with your ears, rather than listening with the sensations that the body wants to move in. We'll take the next 3 breaths into the self-explanatory movement. And then inhale, step your right leg back, tuck under your toes and start rocking forward and backward. You'll feel a nice stretch on the calves. Now you're welcome to stay there, or you can tuck under your right toes and lift your hips up, keeping that right knee bent. One more round of breath. And then lower your right knee down to the ground. Lift that left leg up and step it all the way to the right behind your right leg, looking over your right shoulder for a side stretch. If you'd like to reach your right arm behind your left knee and grab into it, if that feels good. Bring your right palm next to your left and step your left leg all the way to the left. Toes facing forward. Open that right knee a little bit wider and then start rocking your hips forward and backward. Keeping that left knee soften. If this feels great, you can keep doing that. Or you can untuck your right toes, send your hips all the way back, bringing your forehead and your elbows down to the ground into this one-legged child's pose, if you'd like to call it. Once again, making sure that left knee soften. And we'll stay here for 2 rounds of breath. And slowly press your palms down and lift yourself up. Walk your palms all the way to the right side. Keeping your right palm down. Inhale, reach your left arm up, pressing your hips forward. Tucking under your right toes. Find a breath. And then reach your left arm all the way to the right, overhead. One more breath. Then roll yourself forward. Left knee next to your right, underneath your hips. We'll take one round of cats and cows to flush everything out. And find a breath. Step your right leg back, tuck under your right toes. And rock yourself forward and backward, stretching your right calf. You can tuck under your left toes and lift your hips up for a deeper stretch on that right calf. Stay in here for 2 rounds of breath. And slowly lower the left knee down and lift your right leg up. Square the hips down, back toes facing down, and step your right leg all the way to the left, looking over your left shoulder. Options to reach your left arm towards the right knee. One more breath. And release your right knee. Bring your left palm next to your right. Lift your right leg back to center and step it all the way to the right. Toes facing forward. Open that left knee as wide as your mat. And rock yourself forward and backward, keeping the right knee soften. And then options to bring your hips all the way back, untuck your left toes, and bow forward. Stay in here for 3 full cycles of breaths. Gently press your palms down to the ground, lift your hips up. Bring your left knee underneath your left hip, walk your palms all the way to the left and reach your right arm up, actively pressing your hips forward. Find a breath and then reach your right arm overhead all the way to the left. One more breath. Roll yourself back to center. Right knee next to your left, underneath your hips. 1 round of cats and cows. Now find a neutral spine. hugging your core in. Step your right foot outside your right palm to the front edge of your mat. Slide the left knee back. And getting ready to move before we find stillness in lizard lunge. Find a breath in. As you exhale, send your hips back, straight your right leg and lifting your right toes off the ground. Inhale, shift forward. As you exhale, send your hips back, pressing your right heel down. Last time, rebend the front knee, shift forward. As you exhale, shift back. Inhale, rebend your right knee, shift forward. Tiptoe your right foot all the way to the right. Roll to the outside edges of your right foot. Options to bow forward, bringing your elbows down to blocks or to the ground. Finding stillness here for a few rounds of breath. You can stay where you are if this feels good. Or you can press your palms and lifting yourself up. Bring your right palm towards your right knee, pushing it open to the right while you're looking over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Tiptoe your right foot to the middle. Tuck under your back toes and lift the back knee. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling and twist to the right. Keep hugging that right knee in. And then lower your right palm down, framing your front foot. Left knee down. Untuck your left toes. Send your hips all the way back, sitting on your left heel. Find a breath and bow forward over your right leg. Keeping the right knee soften. If this is too intense, you can come off your left heel and sit directly on the ground and bow back. Send your breath towards your right hamstrings as you feel them opening, actively pressing your right heel down. Stay in here for 2 breaths. Inhale, lift yourself back up. And then shift your right foot forward, bringing the sole of the left foot inside your right thigh as you back again towards your right leg. Finding a different variation of this hamstring stretch. Slowly start lifting yourself back up. Send your left foot behind you. Where you bend the right knee, shift forward, and then step your right knee next to your left into all four. Find any movements your body's calling for, wiggling the hips before we switch to the other side. Stepping your left foot to the outside edges of your left palm and sliding your right knee back. Inhale, look up. As you exhale, send your hips back, straight your left leg. Inhale, shift forward. As you exhale, send your hips back, straighten your left leg, lifting your left toes off the ground. Last time before we pause, inhale, looking up. As you exhale, send your hips back, fold over your left leg. And then inhale, shift forward. Tiptoe your left foot all the way to the left. Roll to the outside edges of your left foot. You can stay here, or you can bow forward once again, either on a block or down to the ground. And we'll find a few rounds of breath here. You might notice again, the side might feel different than the other side, but that's okay. Try not to force any sensation in the body, rather than just honor the way it feels. Find a breath. Press your palms down to the ground as you lift yourself up. And press your left palm on your left knee to open, looking over your left shoulder. Find a breath. As you come back to center, tiptoe your left foot to the middle of your mat. Lift your back knee, tuck under your right toes, and reach your left arm up to the ceiling, twisting to the left, hugging your left knee towards your chest. Lower your left palm down, framing your foot. Drop the back knee down and send your hips all the way back to the right heel and fold over your left leg. Softening the left knee, pressing actively with the left heel down to the ground. Welcoming to stay here, or you can come off your right heel and sit directly down to the ground if that feels good. Bowing back towards your left leg. Finding a few rounds of breath. Slowly lift yourself up, bringing your right foot forward and pressing the sole of the right foot to the inside of your inner left thigh. Bow back towards your left leg. You can grab into your shin or to the left foot. Staying here for a few rounds of breath. And breathe. Soften your facial expression. Slowly unwind, lift yourself up. Bring your right foot behind you, shift in forward. Left knee meets your right underneath your hips. Rock the hips side to side. Maybe a round of cats and cows. And then find stillness. Walk your palms 3 inches forward. And then shift your hips forward, keeping your elbows to the body. Slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Grabbing your opposite elbow with opposite palms. Forehead down to the ground. Wiggle your hips side to side. Then bring your palms next to your ribs. Press the palms to the ground and straight your arms into a full cobra. Opening the heart, maybe gazing to the ceiling. As you exhale, lower your belly, your chest, and your forehead down to the ground. Grabbing your opposite elbow with opposite palm. Bending the knees, this time windshield wiper your feet side to side. Bring your feet back to center and then lower them down to the ground. Inhale, lift yourself up into a Sphinx pose. Elbows directly underneath your shoulders, arms parallel to each other. Bring your right knee in to the right side for half frog. And from here, interlace your fingers, pressing your elbows down to the ground, except for your thumbs. Bring your chin to your chest and press your thumbs towards the third eye. And then slide the thumbs alongside your eyebrows, massaging any knots occurs there. And we'll stay here for 2 breaths. And then release your palms down to the ground. Lift yourself up. Create enough space underneath your right armpit. And slide your left arm underneath, bringing your left cheek down to the ground. You can stay here or you can slide your right arm forward. You are welcome to place a block underneath your right palm. Feeling your breath. Feeling the belly pressing to the ground with the chest with every inhale. One more breath. And then slide your right palm back, lift yourself up, back into a Sphinx pose. And then send your right leg back. Lower your forehead down to the ground. Bend the knees and windshield wiper your feet side to side. And then keep your right knee bent. Bring your arms into a T. Roll into the left side, bringing your right foot behind your left. And then allow that compression on your left shoulder blades to release any adherences in that area. Roll back into your stomach. Grab opposite elbow with opposite palm and sway from side to side. Inhale, lift yourself up, Sphinx pose. Gazing up to the ceiling, bring your left knee in, half frog in the other side. You are welcome to stay here, or you can interlace your fingers, bringing your elbows, pressing them down to the ground, massaging your eyebrows one more time. 2 rounds of breaths. Release your palms down to the ground. Lift yourself up slightly, creating enough space underneath your left armpit, and slide your right arm underneath your left, bringing your right cheek down. If you would like to take the same variation with the left arm, you can slide it forward. Once again, feeling the chest and the belly pressing against the ground with every breath you're taking. Two more rounds of breaths. And then slide your left palm back. Slowly lift yourself up. Sphinx pose. And then slide your right leg back. Your left leg back. And then lower back down to the ground. Bend the knees, windshield wiper side to side. And then find stillness, keeping the left knee bent, releasing your right leg down. Arms into a T, roll into the right side, bringing that left foot behind your right. One more breath. And then slowly roll into your belly. Forehead down to the ground, and then reach your arms forward. And then roll into the back. Readjust your hips and your shoulders so you're in the center of the mat. Facing the back room, opposite when we started the class. And bring your knees to your chest right away for a second. And then bring the feet down to the ground. Right foot on top of the left thigh for figure 4. And then bring your left knee to your chest. You can interlace your fingers underneath your left knee or grabbing the shin. You can take this stretch as intense as you would like by bringing that left knee closer and closer towards your chest. If you would like to rock side to side to take your mind off that glute stretch on the left side, you're welcome to do so. One more breath. And then release. Bring the sole of the feet down to the ground as wide as your mat. Windshield wiper 1 time, side to side. And then coming back to stillness. Bring your left foot on top of the right thigh. And then right knee to the chest right away. feeling a stretch on the opposite glute. Staying here for 2 rounds of breath. And then slowly release your right knee. Bring the sole of the feet down to the ground. Step your feet as wide as your mat. And then bring your knees to your chest for happy baby. You can grab into the shin or the outside edges of your feet, or even grabbing the big toes. Keeping your low back compressed to the ground, you can rock side to side. And then straight your legs, bringing your hands in and open your legs wide. And then hug your knees back to your chest, big squeeze. Squeeze everything in your body, chin to your chest, forehead to the knees. And then release into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Once again, take your time to land in your resting pose. Make any shifts and adjustments you would like in the body. And allow yourself once again to get heavy. Notice what have shifted in the body. And come back to your normal breathing. And we will stay here for a few rounds of breath. Come back to your breath and come back to your body. Start deepening your breath. And once again, find gentle movements in the body and wake yourself up in any way you would like to be waking up today. Take your time. Meet me either on the right or left side of your mat. Pausing for a breath or two. No rush here, nowhere else to go. Coming back to your intention, if you still remember it. And then gently press yourself up, facing the front room into a cross-legged seat. Bringing the palms together into prayers and to the heart. Sealing the practice with one breath, taking a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Allow your prayers to rise to the third eye. Thank you so much for sharing the practice with me today. Namaste.